You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
What a beautiful day for horses in the morning.
You are listening to the #1 horse podcast in the world. Here's your entertaining look at the horse world and the people in it.
Well, good morning, everybody. I am Glenn the Geek from Ocala, Florida.
And I'm Jamie Jennings in Norman, Oklahoma. You're listening to Horses in the Morning on the Horse Radio Network for Friday, December 13th, episode 3583, brought to you today by Kentucky Performance Products. Happy National Day of the Horse. That's not every day, Glenn. Make me say that.
It is National Day of the Horse, but it does seem like it comes around several times a year. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I know. It's every day.
It's Friday, and another weekend of riding is a few short hours away. Jamie and Glenn are here to help you make it through the day with some fun guests and some really bad ads. Enjoy the show.
So let's review. It is Friday the 13th. It's National Day of the Horse. And Jennifer is picking up her new horse today. So
yay!
She's contributing to National Day of the Horse and the economy. Patti Gruber stops by to tell us about Operation Wild Horse and the work they do with veterans and Mustangs, especially women veterans. And I will give you a Jimmy Hendricks update here. Plus, we have Karen from Kentucky Performance Products going to stop by one last time before retirement. So we're excited to chat with her today. And I thought in the post show, we'll talk about Caldera because he runs today. So
do you want to know what other days it is?
What other days is it?
Okay. Today, December 13th, is National Violin Day. It's National Cocoa Day.
Well, that's a good one.
It's Pick a Pathologist Day.
What?
It's the birthday of the National Guard, and it's also National Salesperson Day. Yes.
I think Horse Day wins all of those, actually.
I'll take horse,
yeah.
But I will pick a pathologist just to honor the National Day calendar.
Wednesday, we tried to do a show. We got way into the show, and we were having bad storms here in Ocala, and my power went out, and I lost everything. I didn't save because my power went out. So
I love it when that happens. To be fair, that has actually, I can't remember when that's ever happened before.
I think it's happened to us once or twice, but consider the number of storms you and I both get, it's considering that, I think we do pretty well. And I also think I fixed my Starlink issue. Apparently, we were still on the roaming plan, and apparently they throttled the roaming plan really heavily. So now we've switched to a business plan, and all of a sudden yesterday, our download speeds quadrupled. So now we're paying more, but at least, we will have better internet than we have. But get on to important things. Jimmy Hendricks. So the other day we had
not the singer, the horse.
The horse, yeah. We had a friend in town, and Jennifer's like, do you want to go visit my new horse? So we went over, because I had not met Jennifer's new horse yet. It's not here yet. And we went over with our friend and met Jimmy Hendricks. And I could tell she was a little nervous, oh God, they're not going to get along, and this is all I'm going to hear about for the rest of my life. But he walked away from us when we walked in, and I said, Dad, just hang back, let me go up there. And I did a Jamie. I just walked up there and kind of put my back to him, and he came over and practically snuggled me to death. His head was in my lap, and he was loving the rubbings. And she said he was that way with me when I first met him too. He's just a little shy at first, but then he was all over me. Not necessarily mouthy, just wanted to be loved on. He is a sweetie. He's just a sweetie. And his mane is sunburned. He's black, technically, I guess. But his mane is
highlighted tips.
Yes,
frosted
it's so
tips.
cool, actually. It's got these red highlights in his mane and tail. So he's kind of cool. Now, for those that missed it, this is Jennifer's new horse that she's getting today. It's a Kentucky Mountain Saddle Horse, and he's tiny compared to Nigel, who's, almost 17 hands and built like a tank. But I'm so used to Nigel, so he'll be right between Scooter and Nigel. We'll have a middle one. And where's Cobb? Because she tried on a new Cobb halter and it fits. So.
Oh, now you have to buy all the new things.
Believe me, that's already started. The boxes came yesterday. It's amazing how quickly they get here.
Now, what you have to do is you have to open them and go, oh, I'm saving that for Christmas, and then put it away up to the side.
No, she doesn't let me get away with that. No, I can't get away with it. Are you kidding? She knows exactly what's coming and which minute it arrives. Can't get away with that at all.
Dang it. Darn notifications.
Anyway. All right, some Daily Whinnies. We have a bunch of auditor birthdays today. Melly Hernandez, Caitlin Kennedy, who we're going to get back to in a second, Terry Emmett, and Jen Vale. Now, you might know Caitlin Kennedy because she was just on our show on Monday and did a recipe, which we have to give a disclaimer for, don't we, Jamie?
Well,
you did during the show, but
I so she talked about putting eggs in this dish, and I was like, that doesn't, but then it goes in the refrigerator. And I was like, so
it never gets cooked.
They're eating raw eggs, basically. And she was like, well, we just do it, and we put just our own chicken eggs in there.
4 eggs. It wasn't 1 egg.
It was a lot. So I'm like, if she says so, what do I know? Then my friend Electra, the professional chef, messaged me and she was like, I would get fired for doing that. So apparently Kaylin's dear sweet self and her fancy family holiday recipe is not professional chef approved because you have to use
pasteurized
eggs. Okay. So that's like a whole other thing. So pasteurized eggs is what Electra would recommend. And not just Electra contacted me. Like I call it an egg gate. I was like, Chad, we have a scandal on the podcast. And poor Caitlin has no idea any of this happened. So Glenn had to go back and put a disclaimer on the previous episode.
On the show notes and everything. So if you are making that recipe from Monday from Caitlin, be aware that you are eating a product that has raw eggs that have not been cooked.
And apparently it could be a really big deal for people with allergies or whatever. I don't know. I love Electra. She gave me 900 pages of text messages on how to choose the proper egg. Yes. But again, it was not just her, but I had a lot of questions. I was like, well, what's the difference between a pasteurized egg and a blah, blah, blah? Like, I mean, I had a lot of questions and she knew all the answers. So pasteurized eggs or not at all. Know what you're doing.
Yeah. Eat
love
at your
you,
own
Caitlin.
risk.
Happy birthday, Caitlin. Yeah. We love you.
All right, and we want to welcome a new auditor, Sam. Thank you, Sam, for joining the fun. I don't know whether Sam is a boy or a girl, actually. So that's all the information I have.
It doesn't matter. Nope. We're gender neutral here on Horses in the Morning.
All right, let's do your Daily Winnie.
Worm flooring arrived! Yay!
Oh my
gosh, isn't it pretty? I had the worm flooring installed in my barn aisle, and I met Jared, who owns a company and does all the advertising. He came out and oh my gosh, those people are hard workers.
They put it all on with a spade and by hand.
I told you they trowel it in, and I don't think anybody believed me.
I thought maybe for the barn, a bigger area, they would have a machine like they do macadam, and just spread it.
I kind of thought it'd be like a dump truck for like a cement truck. And they would like pour it out and then trowel it down like they did the cement, but they did not. So, because I was like, I don't know how you're going to get a big truck into my barn area. Like, I don't know. I don't think the gates are big enough. He's like, no, it's just a truck and trailer. So they parked in my arena, backed up, and here's how they do it. Okay. If you're interested, they had buckets of the rubber, just the rubber. And we went with a black and green to match the trailer floor and the barn roof, and black and green. So they had buckets of that, like those big Lowe's Home Depot buckets, full of them. They probably had 20 of those, and they pulled them all out. Then they had this mix of something. It was black, and then this mix of something tan. And then they would take certain amounts of each of those and then dump their rubber bucket in there. And then they would put in this like giant tub, and they would have a stir, so it stirred all of it up. And then Jared, who is the size of a lumberjack, would pick this up and carry it through the barn and hand dump it onto the ground where there are guys with knee pads that literally smooth it out like cement. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they were just with trowels smoothing it out.
so they're doing trowels, and then he goes back, and then he would mix another batch, and they were done troweling, and he would mix it up and dump it on the cement again, like just over and over. And I mean, but to be fair, like it took like my entire barn out aisle. They were done in maybe 4 hours. And of course, I'm like, well, when can I go on it? And he was like, well, it's pretty cold, so you may want to wait 24 to 48 hours to walk on it.
Okay. I was worried about
So
that.
he was like, just test it tomorrow. So I walked across it, but I won't take a horse. I don't think I ever want to take a horse across it.
I know it's so
Those
pretty.
jerks. I'm just going to ruin
They're
it.
just gonna get it dirty and poop on it. How
Yeah,
do you
but-
do you clean it? Is it bumpy, and will it clean? Do you have to hose it, or will it sweep?
Do you know, but like, you know how you go to a high school and they've got the rubber track, and kind of like that. And you just hose it off. He said you could hose it off, you could blow it off, whatever. I'm excited that maybe I don't have to sweep as much,
Yeah, just hose it or just blow it off. Yeah,
just blow it off. And I think it's going to be awesome. He goes, now let me tell you, it will never look as good once the horses start going on it. I mean, like as far as clean, but it is so pretty now. And I took tons of pictures, and it was just a massive amount of hard work. Like those guys work hard. I asked there's a guy who was doing all the traveling. There were two guys. Jared would dump it, and then those guys would travel it down while he was mixing the next one. And I was like, dude, it looks like you guys are doing like cement, like, and he was like, honestly, I go, which is better? He's like, honestly, cement's way easier. I was like, really? Why? He goes, because you're done in 45 minutes. This is 4 hours of me on my knees traveling.
Yeah.
Like these guys work hard, and they were covered in goo by the time they were done. And then what was awesome is they had an extension cord that was plugged in the middle of my barn, and they rubber coated the entire barn. So then their cord is stuck like halfway up the barn aisle. I was like, sorry, I didn't think about that. You guys, I could have plugged it in out there. So Jared's like, I'll go back and get it. So hopefully he'll come back. And I was like, if you don't, I'll mail it to you for Christmas.
Well, I'm glad it's done. It looks fantastic.
I'm so
I
excited.
mean, I don't think I know anybody that's had that done. So it's going to be exciting to hear how it wears and stuff too over time.
Yeah. I mean, and he said, as far as like having it done, the reason I had it done was because my horses were slipping on the concrete.
Yeah.
And that is just fear-inducing, gut-wrenching
It's plain
terror.
dangerous.
And then, say like one horse, you're trying to let one horse in and another horse sneaks by. And of course, those jerk faces go running through the barn aisle on the concrete. I'm like, oh God, like it's terrifying. So I'm excited to have like less of a fear reaction when I bring the horses in, because it got so slick. And remember, I was graded when I got it. It was so either extra great next time, like extra scratch it up, or just do something else, because it's just smoothed down so much that it was getting to where I would walk the horses in, and that first step on the pavement was like, their leg would go out. I'm like, oh God. So I'm so excited to have such a less fear in my barn aisle. And then, I mean, obviously what people do in this situation is they put rubber mats down.
Yeah,
but I'm the one who cleans the barn. I don't have employees.
yeah, and if you got to pull them up, it's just such a mess.
Oh, it's such a
right.
hassle. So
Well,
I'm excited.
Congratulations.
Thank
Well done.
you.
Well, we're going to hear from one of our terrific sponsors, and then we're coming back with Patti Gruber of Operation Wild Horse. It's a veterans program, and they work with veterans and Mustangs, and they have like a whole bunch of different programs, but one of them involves women, and they have a special program for women, which they did a video on that actually won an official Emmy Award. So we're going to talk to her about that too. As horse owners, we have an unlimited supply of love for our animals, but we tend to underestimate the cost of their care. Routine and unexpected expenses can quickly add up, making it hard to keep pace. Wouldn't it feel great to always be prepared with a budget-friendly way to manage these costs? The Care Credit Health and Animal Care Credit Card can give you that financial peace of mind. With flexible financing from Care Credit, you can get the care your horse needs and then pay over time in easy monthly payments. You can use Care Credit at more than 25,000 veterinary hospitals that accept the card. And use it to pay for everything from diagnostics to surgery to wellness exams and routine care. Care Credit, it's your card for a lifetime of care, subject to credit approval. To learn more and apply, visit carecredit.com/horses. Well, Patti, thanks so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Where is Operation Wild Horse located?
Operation Wild Horse is in a northern suburb of Chicago. We are in a very tiny town called Bull Valley, Illinois.
Oh, wow. Okay. So do you get people from Chicago coming up?
We actually serve all of the counties around us, including Cook County, where Chicago is located. And we also serve southern Wisconsin all the way up through Milwaukee.
Well, tell us a little bit about your program. You obviously have a veteran program, but you chose early on to use Mustangs. Why was that?
Well, Mustangs are magical is the easiest answer.
Amen, sister.
Starting from the beginning, Mustangs are fight or flight animals. And when the men and women of our military are being trained, they are being trained in a fight or flight model. So they truly understand each other on a very organic level. And the Mustangs will mirror the body language of what our veterans and active duty military are giving off. So everything that the Mustangs do from the moment that our veterans or active duty military walk into their pasture or paddock to go get them is they're using their fight or flight to say, do I need to stand here? Do I need to move away? Depending on what that veteran is giving out. So it's a very organic relationship from the beginning where the Mustangs are doing what they naturally do and our veterans and active duty military are doing what they're trained to do. So it was natural for me to bring those two groups together because they just understand each other.
And you've been doing this since 2017?
Yeah, we opened our doors in February of 2017, and I always laugh because for the first 6 months of the program, the only people that would come out were the Marines because they were the only ones brave or crazy enough to get on and work with wild horses. And it was about 9 months after we started the program before we got a veteran in from another branch. And it actually turned out to be a female Navy veteran who came to us.
Wow. So that's a good question. So early on, obviously, you also were early on with equestrian veteran programs anyway. But is it to the point where this is a thing now and they're doing it readily as opposed to you're begging them to come out?
Yeah, we actually don't do any advertising at all. The majority of the people who come to us is through word of mouth from other people who've been part of the program. We've been fortunate over the last couple of years, starting with the Mustangs America's Wild Horses, which was produced by Stephen Latham with Robert Redford as an executive producer. Bruce Springsteen did a song and Willie Nelson did a song. So that documentary came out in 2021 in theaters, and it's currently airing on PBS throughout the United States. So that's created a ton of awareness. But outside of that, it's really been word of mouth in our local communities with one veteran or active duty military telling another. And then we're also fortunate to work with local therapists who are on the veteran side that refer people over to us as an adjunct therapy so that when they're not with them, they have another safe space that they can go to.
Good for that. Good for them, because that was hard to get started in the beginning too. There wasn't a lot of acceptance of that 10 years ago in the therapist community. They knew dogs. They always referred dogs, but I'm glad to hear that horses are now part of their thinking and their process.
Most of it came about the fact that people who came and they worked with us then would go to their therapist and they would ask them questions, what are you doing for your mental health when you're not here? And they would say, well, actually, I'm going out to Operation Wild Horse. This is what I do. This is what I'm learning. And then their therapist would call us looking for more information and to find out if it was okay if they referred other people out to us.
Terrific. Speaking of films, a big congratulations is in order. There's, I guess you'd call it a documentary called Operation Wild Horse Prairie Fire, and you won an actual Emmy Award. What was the Emmy for?
It was in the Mid-American Emmy Awards for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. One of the big things with our program is we don't see color, we don't see gender, we don't see race. When you're in the military, everybody bleeds green, and we stick true to that in our program. And our PBS came out in December of 2023 and filmed our Women Veterans program, which we do on Monday nights. And it gives the women veterans a space that they can come into. It's a safe space for them because the female experience in the military is very different than that of men in the military. So we're kind of leading the forefront in providing specific programs for women. PBS had the documentary on the Mustangs itself and reached out to us asking about doing another piece to go along with that. And I said, hey, we've got this incredible women veterans program that we do. What about featuring that? And we were so excited when we found out, first off, that it was even nominated. And then to find out that the program won the Emmy was amazing. And the producer came out with the Emmys. Taylor is absolutely amazing. She brought them out to the barn. We had invited a bunch of the women veterans out. We all passed it along and held it and took pictures with it and photos with the horses, and it's kind of one of those things that's like, I don't know anybody else who's ever held an Emmy, let alone done something that's won an Emmy. So for all of us, it was just such an amazing opportunity to be part of it, to be acknowledged for what we're doing for women veterans and women in the military. It's just such an honor.
And one of the things I got out of the film, I watched it this morning, was the difference. And I'm glad you're doing a women's only program. And I guess they're the ones that really asked for that. They have a different experience with their after military. They dealt with some different issues than the men did, and it really comes across, and it's very poignant in this film. The film's only 10 minutes. It's not long, but boy, it got the message across.
Yeah, I think from the time that women enter the military through the rest of their lives, it's a very different experience for them. Unfortunately, in the military, there are great experiences and sometimes horrible experiences. We work with some incredible women in the program who have worked for NATO, who have been the first women on ships in the Navy, who have driven troop transports in the Vietnam War. But we also work with women who had to deal with military sexual trauma, with their brothers in the military not wanting them in that situation. And
the one woman got an assignment, and it was a good assignment at NATO, and she was going to be the first woman there, and her boss told her, "I tried to fight this. I don't want you here." I mean,
yeah,
there you
absolutely.
Go. Welcome to day one.
Yeah. Right. Welcome, but not welcome.
It's going to suck for you.
Yeah, exactly. And once they get out of the military too, when they're in relationships, it's always assumed that the male in the relationship is the military veteran if they go to something. And it's tough because a lot of these women don't speak up and say, hey, it was me. I'm the one who served my country. And so it's something that they deal with through their whole entire lives from the time that they've signed up.
So before we run out of time, I want to ask you one final question about that. Is it working for them, and do you see the changes every day?
It is amazing to see the amount of healing that happens from our wild Mustangs. We always talk about the fact that they're the healers, and I think that the majority of the healing that happens within our program is the conversations that happen between the military veterans and the active duty military when they are standing in the aisle, when they are grooming their horses, when they're getting their horses ready for whatever we're going to do, and the conversations that come up in the safe space that has been created for them. And the Mustangs are truly the healers in the situation, and we offer a safe place that our men and women of our military can come to, and it can make a difference in their lives. And I know that every day there are people that are coming in and out of our program who are still showing up every time that they get there because they have those horses in their lives and the amazing, magical Mustangs that, give them a reason to keep going on day after day.
Well, congratulations to you for putting this all together. I know it's emotional for you too, because I saw that in the film, and it's got to be every day. I mean, every day you're seeing amazing things happen, and thank you for doing that, and thank you for providing a place for them to go. Where can people, one, find you, and two, see the film?
You can look at our information on social media. We have a Facebook account and we have a TikTok account, all under Operation Wild Horse. You can check out our website, which is www.operationwildhorse.org. You can look on your local PBS stations. Currently, the Mustangs America's Wild Horses is playing throughout the United States. You can look us up on YouTube under Operation Wild Horse. There are a ton of videos out there, and I just suggest everybody go and look and take a moment out of the day. If you see somebody walking around with a hat on that says that they were or are in the military, take a moment and thank them for their service, because there are 22 veterans a day taking their own lives, and you can make the difference by just thanking them for their service and letting them know that you appreciate that they're there.
Very
Absolutely. Good. I learned that with my father-in-law. He always wears his, veteran hat, and they'll even say what wars they're in. So if you ever see anybody, especially the older generation too, that have those hats on, it's one of my favorite things to do is we walk up, hey, thank you so much. It means a lot. Just a small thing like that really means a lot.
It absolutely does. It can be literally the difference between life and death for some of these people.
Yeah.
Hey there, equestrians. It's me, your favorite horse. The holidays are coming, and I have my Valley Vet Supply wish list complete. I have been dreaming of a new saddle that is comfortable fit for you and me, a shiny new bridle to stand out in the ring, and an assortment of saddle pads. Oh, and please don't forget those brushes and supplements. ValleyVet.com has a huge selection. You know I love a good grooming and need to maintain that healthy glow. While you're putting my gifts in the cart, I would love for you to treat yourself too. ValleyVet.com is the go-to destination for riders to source apparel, boots, and more from top brands at the best prices. So when you're shopping for me and my barn mates, you can easily shop for you and yours. ValleyVet.com has items that we need to feel and look like a champion, from fun to pharmacy. Simplify your shopping experience and save precious time this holiday season. You can find gifts for everyone you love and enjoy fast same-day shipping at valleyvet.com.
I'd like to welcome to the show one of our longest sponsor, one of our great friends, and a lady who had a birthday yesterday. Hi, Karen from Kentucky Performance Products.
Happy birthday.
Hi, Jamie. Oh, thank you. I'm pretending birthdays don't exist anymore.
Girl,
I'm 32 again.
Oh, we're so lucky to be in our 30s.
32 was a great year.
We're so young and pretty. It's like crazy.
Well, I don't know about that, but I definitely don't feel my age. And I look at the number on the paper and I go, how did that happen? And where did all that time go?
I know. Well,
it's just like, boom, it's gone.
And I feel like too, like once you have a kid, everything is just fast forward, especially if you have kids in your life, that you're around, nieces, nephews, you're just like watching them grow so exponentially. And then it makes you look at your life and go, where did that go? I get it.
Oh, I know. And my kids are all turning out of their 20s into their 30s now.
Yeah.
And all of their friends, and I see their friends, and their friends are getting married and they're having kids. And I'm like, when did this happen? I remember when you were 6. It's like, what? Where? I don't know. Time flies.
Karen, as I like to say on the show, you know what? If you want to do something, do it, because we're all just marching towards death like so fast. Just live the life you want to live.
We need a whole line of T-shirts, Karen, that say that. We'd probably sell out.
Really bright outlook on life right now.
Yes,
okay.
Marching towards death. Live your life now.
Yeah, that's right.
That's true.
And it's gotten to the point now where people are like, should I buy the horse? And I'm like, obviously, if you came to me, the answer you want to hear is yes, because you're marching towards death and you need to buy all the horses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Buy the horses. Yes. Yes. I just bought another horse. I love buying horses, Jamie.
Oh, man.
I love buying horses. I love buying horse blankets. I love buying tack. I just love it. It's really bad. It's such an addiction.
It is. And y'all, if you ever wanted to know, yes, Karen is just like us. All of us who are all the same.
Oh my God.
Tell me about your new horse.
I bought it in partnership with my daughter, and the mare's name is Countess Cooley, and she was with Leslie Law running intermediate.
I was going to say one of the Cooley clan of horses. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. This is Elizabeth's move-up horse, so we're very excited about it. So she just got her about a couple of weeks ago now. So they're in the getting to know you phase.
Wow.
And it's exciting. Yeah.
What level has your daughter ridden to?
She's ridden to prelim.
Okay.
With the little mare that she has, who's one of these $6,000 off the track thoroughbreds that for the first 2 years just ran through every stadium jump you aimed her at.
Yeah.
I mean, she just didn't even jump them. She just ran through them. And but she is a little cross country machine now, this mare. She's so safe and so wonderful, and she'll get you out of trouble if you get into trouble. She's really catty and really athletic. Dressage is not her thing. She's like, I don't like to do the pretty dancing feet thing. I would much rather run cross country and jump. Well, so she's been successful on her to it. She got to the ACs this year in prelim, and she's done what she can do with. But the mare is, she's getting older now, and I'm like, I think we need to get something else.
Sure, you had to twist her arm.
Yeah. She was like, I don't want to get another horse.
Yeah, no, I had to break it. Yeah. Okay, really? Okay.
Everybody listening is now going, damn, why don't I have a mom like that?
I know, right? Honey, it's time for you to get a new horse. I wish I had a
mom like that. I didn't have a mom like that either. So.
Well, speaking of horses, how is a little angelic Oreo?
He is angelic. He is just the best. He and I are just living our best life. So when the weather is nice, we just trail ride on 100 acres next door. And when the weather isn't, we play in the indoor arena, and he does whatever I ask him to do. He just, he'll, I may have to explain it to him once or twice, but once he's got it, he's like, oh, that's what you want me to do? Oh, I can do that.
Now, for those who don't know, you are, speaking of, you're buying horses, you're in partnership, you're watching your daughter move up to intermediate, you've got this angelic horse, you've got your covered arena, you've got access to 100 acres, and you just retired.
Well, 18 days.
Oh,
but not that we're counting.
No, I'm not counting. 18 days and I am done.
Wow.
I stayed on for a year to transition everybody over.
So
I'm right.
Go ahead, Glenn.
What's up with what? So Kentucky Performance Products obviously is the company we're talking about. What's next for them?
Oh, well, Delia Nash is now 100% owner. She was half owner with me for years. She's been with the company for 20 years. She's devoted to the company. So nothing will change. It's going to continue to be the great company that it's always been. And they just came out with a new product called Airwise. And this is being sold through the veterinarians, but it's a new product to support normal respiratory function in horses that have issues with respiratory disease. Oh. So we're real excited about that. That's a new product that's coming out. You'll hear more about that as time goes by. So exciting things in the forefront for KPP. It will march on, I'm sure. And Delia's been with the company for so long that nobody will see any changes. It'll only get better.
People have asked
very good at what she does.
People have asked me over the last 2 years if it's bittersweet or do I regret selling or anything like that. So I'll ask you the same question.
No, I think I was ready to do it. And because I have such confidence in Delia, and I feel like, it's like your baby, I started this company from nothing and raised it, and now it's kind of like, now it's time to let it go. And I couldn't have found a better person to manage it going forward and to run it going forward. And like I said, she she's very passionate about the company and the products, and she's been involved with it for a long time. And she's actually been behind a lot of the research of the newer products that we've produced. So I just feel really good about the future of the company, and I know it's in great hands. And, I'm around if they need me for any kind of consultation or anything, and I'm ready to just go out now. And, I'm done with the 70-hour weeks and ready to go out and have some fun.
Good for you. Congratulations.
Because you work hard when you own your own company,
Oh, man. Yeah.
Everybody goes, oh, you can do what you want. It's like,
no, you can't, because there's no time to do anything. That's right. It's true.
You work 70 hours a week. That's what
true.
You do.
It's true, or 100,
Then training horses, they're like, oh, you get to train horses all day. I'm like, but I never get to ride my own.
Right. Exactly. Yeah,
kind of the same thing. Yeah. Gosh, well, it is true. When you are a business owner, like your entire life is focused on that business. So it must be so relaxing to just step back, know it's in good hands, because what you have built is a phenomenal collection of products that I can't not have. Some of these, I will not have them in my barn. I mean, it's just part of the fabric of my farm is to have several of these KPP products. And it's all because of you creating an amazing product and had this amazing company. And just, I'm so happy for you that you just 18 days, girl, 18 days, breathe.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. I can just relax and do some of the things that I wanted to do and haven't had time to do all along. Like ride in the middle of the day when the weather is nice instead of having to wait till the end of the day and ride in the dark and the cold, and so, that is just like a revelation. It's like, oh my God.
Well,
what are some other things you've wanted to do?
I can go and ride. What other things? No, just ride.
No other goals.
I love her.
Just ride, Jamie. Just take care of horses and ride.
Well, Jennifer and I are sending you a new recliner. We're shipping that over to you, so you have a place to relax after.
Well, I do love to read, and so it is really nice to be able to go, oh, I have an hour. Maybe I'll sit down and read instead of, I have an hour. I better go work on that marketing project.
Well,
or do something,
again,
for HR or the sales report or whatever.
I just want to thank you again for your support from the beginning. I still vividly and I don't remember anything that happens years ago, but I vividly remember the restaurant we were at, sitting down and having that initial conversation about advertising when we had no listeners, and that was more than 14 years ago. That was probably 16 years ago. So
I know it's amazing. I remember it too, like it was yesterday.
I know, and I'm old. I don't remember anything, but I remember that conversation. For some reason, it just stuck with me. So thank you so much for all your support over the years, not just for this show, but for all the shows that you support on the Horse Radio Network, and we really appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome, and you can still call me every once in a while. We can.
Oh, yeah. We're friends first now. We became friends, and then it's like business stuff. We talk about friend stuff before we talk about business stuff. So it's like.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'll be down. I'm going to come down in February to visit that new horse.
Well, you got to come over and see our new farm. You have to come on over.
Oh, absolutely.
And Jennifer's new horse, which we pick up today.
Definitely.
So you have to visit that too.
Ooh, that's so exciting. New horses are great. Oh, new horses. Yeah, I'm dangerous now. I don't know. It's like every time I turn around, I'm like, oh, boy, it'd be fun to have. Whoa, look at that horse. Wouldn't that be fun to have that horse? It's really bad.
Karen, thanks again. We love you and we appreciate you.
Well, thank you very much. It's been a great ride, and I know that Horse Radio Network will continue to just blossom and grow, and I'm sure KPP will be there.
He says one thing and he means another, but hey, he can't help it. He's a horse trader. Horse trading. Well, it's a laissez-faire. Let the buyer beware. Horse trading. They tell a low-down lie with a sincere stare. Horse trading. Well, if they're talking in circles and the deal ain't square, he's a master in the fine art of persuading. Horse trading.
Well, it is time for Really Bad Ads, that time of the week when listeners submit ads through Craigslist or Facebook. We have a little bit of fun with them, and we give away prizes every month. And this month, and we give away the prizes, obviously, to those that submit ads. And this month, we're doing something a little bit different in that I need to get some of these books out of here that I've been sent this year. So we're giving away some books. I probably have more next month. The Power of the Pony. It's a hardcover book by Heidi Malacco, who actually has been a guest of ours many times talking about trail riding and things. And she wrote this book with her daughter, Savannah, and it's described as a photographic tour of what it's like to have a pony at home. So it's a great keepsake for all of those that want to introduce horses and ponies to a new generation of riders, and it's really meant for readers 3 to 9. So, and it's a really cool book. I did see a copy of it, and, you know, she's been a great guest probably for 14 years also. She started on Stable Scoop with us, so I'm happy to support her.
The next one is by one of my favorite equine authors, Jack Ballou, and I have one of her books. I'm so bummed. We interviewed her not too long ago, and I went down to my barn, and I have one of her books, which is like exercises on getting your horse fit and strength and fitness workouts. And I was like, oh my God, I have her books in my barn, and I didn't reference it, but we're giving away 33 strength and fitness workouts for horses, practical conditioning plans using groundwork, ridden work, poles, hills, and terrain. It's a fantastic book. I mean, literally it's in my tack room because some days when horses need to, like, say they coming back from an injury or EPM or something, or you want to improve, like Farm Boy's a horse struggles with the right lead. And I'm like, okay, well, let's consult the book. Like, what are some strength and fitness exercises? So we're going to give that away too. Highly recommended anyway. And even if you don't win.
And then one more, and we had her on recently, Sydney Collier. She actually was on Radiothon also. It's called Beyond Expectations, An Extraordinary Equestrian Journey from Deadly Diagnosis to the Paralympic Games. Sydney was a Paralympian and was co-written by one of our hosts, Heather Wallace, host of Adulting with Horses. So we're going to give away all 3 of those books. I will put links in the show notes to the books if you want to go buy them as a gift for somebody. So we have a whole bunch of ads we can't get to today. Who are they, Jamie?
Faye, Katie, Rosemary, Anna, Heather, Lisa, and Linda. We don't pick them, by the way. If your ad doesn't make it, send it to Jennifer at horseradionetwork.com, your complaint, because we don't see those. I'm sure they're all hilarious, but she just is like the police.
That's right. God. That's right. Can't do them all.
Well, Jamie sent this one in, and hi, Jamie. Quality horses in South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, and Virginia. Would you consider this one a quality horse? Okay.
I don't know. We can't see it.
Here's the ad. I have 9-year-old Mirror. She looking for new home, good on trail riding. It has been rider for 2 years, located in Pine Tops, North Carolina. Literally didn't even spell the city they live in. It's Pine Top. Not plural. Okay. Now, could you describe the photo of this 9-year-old Mirror?
There's 2 quality photos, actually, both from the back. One is from the back of just the top of the tail. I don't know if that was supposed to show us something special about the tail. I am not sure. And the other one is from the back, a little further view out, so you can see the butt of the horse and pretty much nothing else. So there you go.
Amazing. It's quality.
What do people think? I don't get it. Hannah sent this one in.
I really like that tail. Yeah, I'm going to buy that horse because I like that tail.
I don't know why we're on the tail there. Horse for sale. Hannah sent this one in. Horse for sale, $1,500. Hi. I have a 4-year-old mare. She is almost going to 5 years on February 2025. Good to know. She's riddable. The only thing is that she still needs work on her reins. She has been on one trail ride, and she is good on loading and offloading her of trailer. She has been in good care since she was born. As of now, she is healthy and has Coggins test. So let me get this right. She's been on one trail ride, and she's good at offloading and loading, and that's pretty much it. That's all this horse has done. One trail ride. And
you failed to read it like there was absolutely zero punctuation. Oh. You gave them too much credit, as you are wont to do.
But she loads and offloads her of trailer. So
Glenn, She has been in good care since she was born as of now.
Yes, as of now. When you come, she might not be, but
she might be
right now. She's great.
Andrew sent the next one in, and this is a Facebook page called Ohio's Cheap or Free Horses. Oh, Lord. What could possibly go wrong? I had no punctuation. I have a few young horses and some older horses. I need to move ASAP. I'm in Brookfield, Ohio. I also have other animals. I need to move. They are goats and sheep. Okay. Are you moving or do you have to get the horses? Like, I don't understand. But then again,
this is the first time this has ever happened to us, this picture.
It is a picture of a human, undetermined if it's a man or woman, but if it is a woman, she is topless. That is in a pond, like a gross green and brown pond, and the horse is submerged in the pond with the human. The only thing you can see on this photo is the top of the ears and the butt and the mostly naked human. Probably all naked human. It's Ohio.
We have seen so many ways in pictures to hide the horse's feet and legs for whatever reason.
That is a winner.
This is a new one. We've never had a horse in the water before. Oh, God. And she does have a lot of sheep and goats. There's a picture of those, too.
Well, you can kind of see them behind the trees as they're hiding from them.
There's a dog kind of rallying them right now, too, the picture. I wonder if the dog's getting sold.
I don't have my glasses on. I didn't even see that. That's pretty small.
Paige has sent this one in. He is 3 years old. He is whole. He is whole. He is very tame. He lets himself be ridden, and he also rides in a car. What the hell?
What? Oh, this is from, it explains it all, Glenn. Just look at the picture. It's from the Facebook page, Horses for Sale in Florida.
And the pictures don't even have his head. His head is cut off.
His head is cut off.
I thought maybe it was a mini because it says he rides in the car. And I thought it was a mini, but it's not a mini. It's a full-grown horse.
I'm assuming when they say he is whole, that means he's not castrated. And from the photographs,
I would have never thought of that.
He looks like he's some sort of Andalusian cross, and I actually would be very interested in this horse if somebody could please send me some more information.
$2,500. He also, Jamie, he lets himself be ridden. So
I
that's
know,
the first
nice
time that statement's ever been made.
Paige, you sent this in. I need more information because this is how I buy horses. Not like Jennifer. I buy horses. What I'll do is Jennifer, I'll send her out to go look at this. There's no way this is a total scam. I'm just going to go with it because it's a black Andalusian stallion.
I think it's a scam too.
Well, Paige, send me the damn ad anyway. I'm going to find out for myself.
There's no scammers in Florida. Didn't we learn that through Weird News?
Or technically, he doesn't have a head because you can't see it in any pictures.
Yeah,
so I don't know. He may have a purple head.
Scott sent the next one in.
Oh, Scott sent this one in. Oh, lovely, Scott. Were you trailer shopping because you found one? It's a winner. Gooseneck horse trailer, $500. Looks like this is a Craigslist ad. Isn't that crazy? We can determine where the ads are from because of the font.
A long time.
Needs work. No title. Tires are low. If you can change the wheels and tires and then haul it away, message me and we'll talk price. But they said 500. Must take everything inside it. Oh, God, what's inside it, Glenn?
Well, I'm looking at the trailer. Not only the tires low, they're buried about a foot into the ground. So you're going to have to get them out of the ground first.
And it's a 2-horse. I mean, it's like a
4-horse,
like a
maybe.
Gooseneck 4-horse steel from like 1927.
You'll need a tractor trailer truck to haul this thing.
And a tetanus shot.
Yeah. Inside are old fire extinguishers, wood, buckets of probably the stuff they did your floor in, pots and pans.
Hazards.
Why are the pots and pans
tires? In there? Oh, yeah, that's a pot. Why is that in there? It's garbage.
Yes.
It's full of their garbage.
And you have to take that too, apparently.
You can't dump that out. Oh, like an old mop bucket? like one of those like in the school, the buckets that wheel around?
There's a tire in there. Maybe it'd work on the trailer.
Free bucket and tire. See, it's all about branding. They should have sold it as you don't have to take everything. You get to take everything inside it.
That's right.
It's
all how you run it. No title, of course, because we don't have those. Nicole sent this one in. Arizona Horse Corner. Did you used to look at Arizona Horse Corner?
Yes. Oh my God. I had to leave it.
I wonder why. Needs gone. Cinder is a 13-14-year-old roan mare standing at 14.3. She has no bad habits whatsoever. However, she has no bad habits whatsoever.
Let me stop you.
Yeah.
Because there's no punctuation and just a random comma here and there, and nothing is capitalized. It's all lower cases, and it's one big run on. So I need you to read it as is. Come on, Glenn. Don't give him any credit.
She has no bad habits whatsoever. However, she does keep her head up while riding. That's the only bad habit she has. Well, that means she does have a bad habit, doesn't it? She's been to a few barrel racing events in the past year. She loads very well, but sometimes she has a little trouble getting in the trail. Can I reread that? Because let me reread that. She's been to a few barrel racing events in the past year. She loads very well, but sometimes she has a little trouble getting in the trailer. Isn't that loading? Am I wrong?
But remember, the first sentence was, she has no bad habits whatsoever.
But she clarifies it. But nothing too serious. She hasn't had any health issues or any injuries in the past or present. Her front feet are shoed, but not her back, just because it was a decision I made myself. Well, I'm glad. She stands very well for the farrier as well. She is a very good horse, and I think she would belong to someone that is experienced because she has a lot of energy. Okay, let's review this no bad habits thing. She runs away with you. She doesn't load in the trailer, and we didn't put shoes on for a reason she is not telling us.
She throws her head up. I read this as okay, you guys, Cinder is for sale, and she's no bad habit. She's totally perfect, except for the fact that she totally keeps her head up, and she sometimes won't load, and also she probably will run away with you totally, but other than that, she's totally perfect.
She's fine. It's all good.
She's
that was a good bad ad, Nicole.
Yeah.
Now I see why you left Arizona Horse Corner page.
Yeah, I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't. Winks, my dog keeps going under my desk. Give me my sock and stay out of my. Okay.
That is a reason we've been knocked off the air before. Is your dog?
Not this dog. Come here. Yeah.
Many dogs have knocked us off.
Well,
the air
I remember
before.
I had the one puppy who just walked up and bit my headphone cord in half.
Oh, that's right.
That was $100.
The other one I remember walked under the desk and unplugged you, so you were gone.
Yeah.
Storms haven't caused it. We have the most wicked storms between you and I in the entire country. It's been your animals that have caused it.
Well, right now, my husband has decided to come behind me and start wrapping presents. So if you hear the paper rattling.
Your presents or somebody else's presents?
I don't know, but it's just sometimes
by the way,
our choices.
You have a box coming. You have to wait till Christmas to open.
I didn't get you anything, so
and
we'll see.
There's something for Anna in there too.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. Next is Jennifer sent this one in.
Oh, we're back to Florida.
Hold on, I was just letting the wrapping commence. Are you almost done?
Doesn't he know we do a show?
Literally, this is the one room in the house I need.
14 years we've been doing this show.
This is literally what I do every day in this room. And we decided
fighter pilots are not trainable, apparently.
No, by the way, earlier I was on mute because he walked in the house and he's like, "Hey, I'm home," and I was like, "Oh my God!" Literally, this is what I do every Friday at the same time.
We're all getting jumpy. It's Christmas time. We're all getting giddy.
All right, Jennifer. Sorry, Jennifer. We're gonna get to it here. Kids safe, husband safe, horses in Florida. Okay.
God, there's a page for everything.
They should start charging people for starting Facebook pages, and they'll thin some of this crap out. All right. Have you ever wanted to feel like a big chief? Well, Tonto is your golden opportunity. I feel like that's racist. He is a 6-year-old majestic beast. A mane and tail that match his belly can be used as a performance horse depending on the performance. Is this like a sarcastic ad? Like, I don't know.
This is the same mini with the saddle we had last week. Apparently, this person keeps rewriting the ad.
Oh, it is that
Yeah,
little
that's
devil
what I
mini.
think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Doesn't always like to be caught, but due to his large appetite, will come running to the sound of a bucket. Once you have him haltered, he is golden. Will stand tied all day, even running steers at him.
Well,
As
poor
you
thing.
can
It's terrified.
Yeah, he's running for his life.
If you were running steers at me, I'd be terrified too.
As you can see from the last video, he can run a hole in the wind. This is the dumbest. Like, this is not the same one. It's somebody trying to be as cool as the last one.
Same
but,
pictures. Same pictures.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay. The boys have big horses now, and to know. Oh my God, babe! Is opening tape. Can you hear that? Oh.
I think it's funny.
Should we pause for a second?
I think this ad's done. Let me read the next one.
Let me hold it. The boys have big horses now, and no fault to Tonto. He is hitting the market to make someone else happy. Tonto, run away.
Tonto is a mini, by the way.
He's a mini. Yeah.
Kind of looks like
Pinto.
a Tonto coloring wise, though.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, his name is Tonto, and you want to feel like a big chief? I don't know. That's like appropriating. I don't know.
Nancy sent this one in. All it says is from Facebook. I don't know about the page. ISO, the right pony prospect for an experienced adult rider for mounted games. Is it an outlaw in the hunter ring? Has it made your kid cry? Have you threatened to send it to the glue factory? Does it go so fast you can't see through the tears in your eyes? Okay, that's funny. Then I'm interested. I've had my pony go that fast. More go than woe is a must. Not too refined, but not drafty either. I need something that can really move and is quick on its tiny little attitude-fueled hooves. No older than 7 years old. I don't want your 16-year-old pony, even if you'd never know it. I need something young, healthy, and sound. Green or even unbroke is just fine. $2,500 or less. I don't care about your fancy-bred pony. I'm looking for something you're happy to get rid of. Thank you.
Wow.
Attitude.
Wow. That was intense.
Attitude.
Okay. Holly sent the next one in.
Last one.
And this is, oh Lord. No. Okay. I hate ads like this. It's just like such a waste of time. Delete if not allowed. For sale, not on sale. I know what I've got. 2023 colt from the elite Radio Flyer stables. Dead broke. Just has not been ridden as much as he deserves while in our care. God, so stupid. Up to date with, like, this is so old, you guys. Like, come on. Up to date with vet farrier and teeth. A small injury to his front left leg acquired during one of the few spirited rides my son took on him. Merely cosmetic. X-rays on file. No vices. Very quiet. Great with pets, kids, and even did well on the 3 occasions my husband has been the one to vacuum the living room. Would love to see him enjoyed by a young child as he's just taking up space here, which I'm sure will get filled next month by some other toy we'll play with twice for Christmas. Toddler moms, if you know, you know. Asking $230 shipped before I post out to the totality of Facebook and deal with all the bots. It's still like new. You can text me, blah, blah, blah. Located in Waco. Have a great weekend. Thanks for looking. It's a stupid, like, what is that called?
It's one of the little plastic bouncy horses that bounce up and down on springs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. And apparently one of the legs is broken. So I would, oh yeah, it is. I don't know. They put like a bandage on it.
Oh my God.
It's kind of funny. Yeah. How many ads have we seen like this over the years trying to sell these things?
Exactly. That's why I'm laughing, because like we've seen so many ads like this. So many. All right. Well, that's it. I've been leaving the day irritated. I need to go to my Craigslist. here in Oklahoma and redeem ourselves.
Okay.
Hold on.
We're going to do a quick post show, and we are going to talk about Caldera, which is the horse that about 50 auditors have bought a share of. So, and he runs today again for the second time. And I'm going to tell you what my inkling is, and you're not going to like it. But we'll be back on Monday.
Yeah, sounds good. Spayed or geld. Ooh, I found puppies on Craigslist.
You can wrap them up and give them to your husband while he's doing a radio show.
Want to pass it out, puppy?
No, you didn't.
I need more puppies.